guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Pamela and this is Pamela World. In today's video, you can see my hair is a mess. I'm gonna have my hair done and I've already washed it, stretched it out, twisted it just to keep it soft, you know. Yes, because fussy hair can disgrace you. And it's Christmas season, very cold. I don't like to put my hands in my hair really, so I've oiled it very well. So I'm gonna be doing the kinky. I have 6 bucks. I bought it from Shein. I'll leave the link in the description box. Sometime in September, I did the same braids for someone. I got her permission to put a picture of her hair here. I did it for her, but I want to do it for myself. I usually do most of my braids here in Japan, and today is no exception. So I'm gonna do my braids, and I just decided to vlog, you know. And Japan is such a DIY country. You'd have to do most stuff yourself. So I'm up to the challenge. These are the 6 bucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you need a tail comb, a very good one, because you're gonna need it to get good parts. So let's get started. So munchy, it's quite long. This was the 16 inches, and I remember the first time I had to do for someone, I thought it was so small in the pack, so I bought 7 packs, but I realized I ended up using only 6, so this time I'm just using 6 as well. These hair extensions I'm using are called kinky braids. I love them so much because they are soft and they are the same color as my hair. They come in different colors, but this color is just the same as my hair, color 1B. So you can get a color that suits your hair. And another thing I like about kinky braids is that it's able to blend with your hair beautifully that no one knows the difference. So now I'm parting my hair. And because I combed it very well to even the scalp, it's much easier for me to part and then braid. What you don't know is I have a mirror behind the camera, so I'm looking into the mirror to part, but it will turn out that I'm using the camera, so don't be deceived. Yeah. And most people like to use 2 mirrors when they are braiding, but I use just one. I use my fingers a lot to pass through my hair, and I know exactly where I want to part. And I believe braiding your hair is a maze. It's a beautiful maze you have to construct yourself, and I do that all the time by deciding on how many braids to use, how big I want them, and all that. If you live in Japan, one thing you realize is that you would have to do most of your braids yourself, depending on if you are good at them. However, if you're not good at them, in places like Tokyo, you'll find a lot of people who can braid natural hair, 4C hair, and all that. And you usually find international braiders in places like Tokyo. But in Hiroshima, you don't find so many of them. So if you want to come to Japan, I would recommend that you learn how to do your braids yourself. At least learn how to be able to twist your own hair for starters. And if you have the luxury of time, go on to learn how to add extensions to your own hair, how to braid cornrows for yourself. I realized that because in Ghana, I was doing it for people every time, I already knew the kind of mazes I wanted to create on my hair. However, I had not done so many experiments with my own hair, except for one time when I had to go for an event and there was no one around to do my hair for me with extensions. I usually do the normal ponies myself back in Ghana, but in Japan, I've had to do most of my hairstyles that I love by myself because most places don't know how to handle my hair very well, and just a handful are good with my hair. Braiding my hair myself has helped me a lot because I realized that some parts of my scalp are very sensitive, and because I do the hair myself, I know when to tighten it and when to loosen it so I don't feel any pain. However, if someone is doing it for you, I bet you wake up with a headache the next day. Probably. Good progress. I nice wavy, it's giving. I just got a little defined lines, and you can see that girl is making progress. Let me show you how I do my hair. I part, then I also part in the opposite direction. And because I'm doing smaller braids, I pick just a smaller section of my braids and make sure my line is very straight. I put in my comb, pick up the hair extension, divide it into 2 equal parts. Then I braid it into 3 from the beginning, after which I merge my hair with it. Then I twist. However, you should make sure that the different parts of your hair which you've already set aside doesn't come in to be part of the braid you are making. This way your braids will be well defined. After that is done, all you have to do is twist it to the very end and cut the ends. Some people cut the ends immediately after braiding. However, for me, I love to do it when I'm done with everything so I can get a uniform length afterwards. I want to use this opportunity to say a very big thank you to my auntie Gifty. She taught me most of the things I know with hair braiding, and she's been so good to me in terms of helping me know how to part, because I worked in her salon as an apprentice. Auntie Gifty, I know you will see this, and I just want to say thank you. Make sure you firmly grab the hair from the scalp. That is the only way your hair or your braids will look very fresh and new. Make sure you grab it very tight, and because you're doing it yourself, you will not put so much pressure on your scalp, so don't worry too much about that. And just do the 3 braids from the beginning. Usually 3 to 5 times should do. Then divide your hair into 2, add it to the extension, and twist it to the very end. If you're a fast twister like me, you can go all ahead and twist very fast. However, if you are slow at it, it's okay, just take your time. And if you want the braid to be longer, just be stretching it as you go along. If at any point in the braiding you feel that the hair you've already made is being a hindrance, just pick up some ribbons which you will get from the kinky braids and tie up the patch you've already made. That way it's easier for you to know where you are, and then you can continue from there. With braiding, all I can say is that the more you do it, the more you get better. So keep trying, and with time you get your lines very straight. As a beginner, it will be difficult to get straight lines, but don't worry. Every day's progress is important. With time, you get enough experience to help you to get very straight lines. little more to finish, and let's get it done. It took me almost 3 hours to do everything. However, if you're a beginner, it can take you up to 5 hours because you're just starting out and even getting your lines might be a problem. But the more you keep doing it, the more you keep trying, you get good at doing your own hair by yourself, just how you want it. I'm done, endorsed it. I'll finish up tomorrow because that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel so you'll be the first to know when I upload new videos. Bye.